Hi guys. Hi. It's Ray here from City Fan TV. And at last, we've managed to tear those cockneys apart. The cockneys from North London of the Spurs persuasion. It's taken us, was it 6 or 7 games? 6 or 7 games, mate. We've finally done it, Dougie. Yeah, absolutely. Finally. Wow. I mean, was it 6 games? 6 games, that's 540 minutes or something of football, probably more with all the added on time. We finally did it. I tell you what, at one moment I thought that was going to be a 0-0. To be honest, I wouldn't have complained if it had been a draw, because for all our possession and control and attacking threats and opportunities, we were not very good up front. Again, not very good up front. It was interesting. Let's go through this game. Look, I should be doing my. Shall I do it? Okay, let's do it. Okay. I mean, it's an old one, but I've been doing this for many years. Okay, should we do it? Sir Trevor McDonald, Michael McIntyre, Steve Nash, AJ Tracy, Sir Alan Sugar. What a fraud he is. Sir Alan Sugar, Mark Wahlberg, Sir Kenneth Branagh, Tom Holland, Adele. Hello, Adele. Hello. And John Cena. Your boys took one hell of a beating. They took one hell of a beating tonight. Absolutely. Spurs got creamed tonight. They got mashed up the Spuds and the fingerlings of North London. It was an interesting lineup having Oscar Bob there. Got to say, if you're Jack Grealish, you're going to look at that and say, Oscar Bob is getting a start ahead of you. I don't think Jack's injured in any way. Oscar Bob is getting a start ahead of you. He got a start ahead of Doku. I think Doku wasn't great. The last game against, was it Newcastle? He made too many mistakes. So he got dropped. And Oscar Bob does what Pep wants, basically. He is like Grealish, where he doesn't do too many forward runs, but he's got, I think, a little bit about him. He's showing more than Jack in that respect, that department. And he nearly scored after about, was it just on 5 minutes? But it was offside. It was fingernails or toenails or whatever. He was offside by, and that really would have set the game up. No Haaland, no problem. Again, is that 10 games on the bounce with that Haaland? Hey, Zohaib, absolutely meant to be. Ake, big game. I love Ake. Absolutely. Can definitely see the difference with no Son. So every time Werner tried to cut inside, Walker caught him. Yeah, look, I'm surprised. I thought Werner would give Walker a better run for his money. But we set up pretty much the same as last game with Oscar Bob there, Alvarez, Foden, Bernardo as you guys, those 4 moving around, Kovacic and Rodri behind them. In goal, obviously, Stefan Ortega-Moreno, as we said. You got Kyle Walker, you had Nathan Ake, Gvardiol, and Ruben Diaz. And yeah, that first half we were generally on top. Spurs, you got to give Spurs credit. They did try. They made a game of it, but they do press you very high, especially in the second half. They had 5 men on the press, sometimes 5 or 6 men, and they make it really difficult. They work so hard. Some of their running stats would be off the wall. But here's the thing. I've said it for many months now. I don't like this system Pep's playing. I don't like it at all. So we had like a false 9, okay? We had Bernardo, Foden, Alvarez, floating around those 3, okay? I missed one out. I can't remember now. Bernardo, Foden, Alvarez. Anyway, Oscar Bob, that was it. And then they're in the middle, really. You're with, I think Alvarez was kind of playing the false 9 or the furthest forward, and then Bob, Foden, and Bernardo were across the middle. Then the width was created from Kyle Walker and Josko Gvardiol. Now, it's all well and good, doing that. The defenders go inside with those attacking talents he's got, and we've got the wings free. But the problem is, you don't have the quality from Walker. You don't have the quality from Gvardiol, and I just don't get it. For me, both of them are suspect. They're both sus at the back as well. They're not the best defenders in the world, in my opinion, where they're playing. And then we ask them to push forward, and they're not the best going forwards. If that's the system Pep wants to play, he needs to go out and get some new players. He needs to get better players, guys who can put a cross in. Walker had the first one early, it was okay. But after that, nothing from him. Gvardiol was rubbish. Even the corners, Alvarez was rubbish. He played all right, so here, but for the position he's playing, he was caught out a couple of times. He certainly was. Same as Diaz, I think 3 times. These not huge, some of them not huge mistakes, but you want a quality centre-back not to be making them. But I'm flitting around a bit, but Alvarez, what are those corners, man? We have so many corners in a game. I don't know what we practice. It really is a struggle to understand what we're doing at times. Doku, he started off okay for me, Zohaib Doku, but what's that? City, how did it take so long? Absolutely, but look, it's the problem we've got in too many games, and it's a frustration of mine. We are leaving. Look, that first half, we should have been gone. We should have been gone and over the hill and far away. Yeah, Spurs were not in that game. That first half, they ran around a lot, but as the game developed, they got more into the game. That first half, we take our foot off the pedal a bit. They're gaining a bit of confidence. The crowd get behind them, especially in that second half. They really, really did come out for it. Let's look at some of my notes. Brilliant notes, obviously. I said Grealish should be worried as Bob starts ahead of him. Bob had that ruled offside. It took 90 seconds for that decision to be made. I think Spurs were playing a high line, and City, when we broke quickly, we just turned back. And I want exciting football. I'm not excited enough by this football. People might say I'm a Philistine, or it's the way we're playing, and whatever. But I'm not excited by this tippy tappy all the time. Yes, we're looking for the error from the opponent, but the funny thing is, having the ball so much, we make errors too, and that's what worries me. So, as I said, City were not taking advantage of the space behind Spurs. Stefan Ortega-Marino wasn't going to do an Edison and hit a long ball. We didn't have the pace there. I saw quite a few times. They had Van der Ven at the back. I'm really impressed with him. He looks like basically another Kyle Walker. He uses his pace well. He uses his strength and his physicality and his power, knocking people off the ball. And they use him to mop up at the back. And that's one of the reasons they can play that high line. I think he bounced Bob. He bounced Foden. He's a lot more powerful than them. And he's faster, certainly faster than Foden. He just left him for dead. So, so we didn't really take advantage. I think we should have done better with them playing such a high line, but we didn't have the power and the pace to run behind, and we didn't have anybody to pass it. So we had nothing going for us for that. My notes say Spurs pressing well, playing out from the back, but they weren't really creating much. City's front three narrow. On 28 minutes, I've written City not making anything of their chances in the break. Every time we're coming through, we're just not following up with it. We're just turning around and passing it back, and it's boring. We're boring. Maybe we're trying to bore them and make them, make an error, make a mistake, and that gives us our chance. But I'd rather do it from brilliant play. My notes again, I said game is passing Bob by. He's chosen for his safe but he's not doing anything. And then if he's not being safe, he's getting bounced about. It's not good enough. And Rodri's frustrating again. I'm being very negative. I should be really positive. But when I'm just going through my notes, I said, because it was a very frustrating game, I said, when Rodri doesn't get his cheap free kick, when he goes down, he doesn't get a cheap foul. Okay, he goes and commits a foul back. And it is frustrating, and sometimes it's infuriating. He'll pick up yellow card for nothing. What have I got here? So 48 minutes. Alvarez, I said he has to score. The ball comes to him. He's got so much time, and I think he thinks he's got too much time. For me, it's too casual, and Van der Ven gets in there. I think he got a deflection on that. But second half pressure, Spurs then came out. Spurs really came onto City. They put us under pressure, not really creating too much, but there were dangerous moments, free kicks and stuff. 57 minutes, I said, get KDB and Doku on because we needed something like that. Spurs were well into the game. 5-6 minutes later, KDB and Doku come on. Oscar Bob Alvarez went off. But I've written Diaz made a few mistakes. KDB, he has that shot when I think Foden passes to him from a mistake at the back from Højbjerg. And only the goal is to be Van der Ven comes in quickly and KDB screws it wide. And you think maybe that was on 81 minutes. Maybe that was our chance. And, when you're missing opportunities like that, you start to think it's not going to be your day. But here's the thing. Before the game, I was doing this on the FA Cup Twitter handle. And they said, do one of these random score generators. And I picked 1-0. I picked the 1-0. And I thought, I'll go with that. I'll have a bit of that 1-0. And that's what it turned out to be. My notes, again, impressed with Van der Ven for his pace mainly and his physicality. 85 minutes, Doku was through. And, the thing about Doku was the difference between what even Oscar Bob or Grealish brings is that directness, that pace. He slipped a few times. I thought he started brightly and they were scared. And then obviously with KDB, they're scared of him as well. So it did, I think, tilt it back into our favour. So Doku was through. I don't think he looked confident and not a great first touch and then not a great shot. But all that matters is we scored. Let's go through your comments. We did it without Haaland. Be pleased to see him back with KDB for that. It's close. KDB came on after 64 minutes. So he's had another 30 minutes today. I'm not sure he's ready to start against Burnley. I'm not sure he needs to. I don't think certainly Haaland is not going to start against Burnley. And because he's been out for, I think, over a month now. About 6-7 weeks. So Haaland doesn't need to start against Burnley when you're coming back. And I don't think KDB needs to either. Abu Khalid Ali says, finally scoring a goal. Pet wish just happened in the last 3 minutes. This will give confidence for City. If the next match, important to score. Oh, yeah, obviously it's important to score. That's the first game this season that Spurs have failed to score. But I don't think they give enough. I don't think we were brilliant or we didn't look brilliant, but maybe we were, going under the radar. And our brilliance was that we made it a kind of a dull game. And we kind of didn't give Spurs a chance, but obviously no Son. That's a big impact. Maddison, I think, come on in the second half, so that's going to be good for him. KDB brings a boost. Absolutely, Zohaib. Alvarez has been poor for a while, but here's the thing about Alvarez. He scores goals, gets assists. I think he had a dry spell, but he scores goals, gets assists. Club World Championship, who scores? Alvarez. So, it's one of those things where if Haaland played rubbish, had 5 touches in the game and scored 2 goals or 1 goal, we take it. So why can't we accept it when Alvarez does? It's hard because he's not got the same reputation. But we have to accept it as well. Sean Alvarez needs a rest for a few games once Haaland is back. Well, here's the thing. When KDB starts, who misses out? When I talked to Bernard about it, we said Bernard basically reckons it'll be Alvarez. But Alvarez has started every league game this season. So why is he missing out? But for me, if even with that, I'd have all right, let's work it out. I don't know how you do this, because if you have Kovacic with Rodri, then you've only got space for 4 more players. How do you fit that in? You got Foden and KDB. Yeah. No, sorry, you got 5 more players. No, 4, 6, 7, 4 more players. Foden, KDB, Doku, and Haaland. What about Bernardo Silva? Do you drop Kovacic? Let's not worry about that. That's another time, another place. Absolutely, Zay finally scored. It's that monkey off our backs. Wished Haaland was on Spuds, left many gaps. Absolutely. I mean, that's what I was thinking watching that. There were so many opportunities. I just thought Edison to Haaland, goal. There'd have been a few chances like that. Alex says, players have off days. The human Alvarez looked tired, a bit Walker-Aki, solid. Yeah, there were. Look, it was an okay performance. It wasn't spectacular. We didn't need to beat FA Cup. We just got to win the game. That's all that matters. But, I didn't see that spark. I saw the spark when KDB was on. and Doku. They provided that. So, for me, it's looking forwards to see when, as I said, when Doku's there, when Haaland's there, and KDB's there, and Bernardo and Foden. Those are the attacking five I want. I want Rodri to be able to cover the back four on his own. I don't want to see him with Kovacic. I want to see those front five. And if anybody misses out, it'll be Doku for me. I'd have Bernardo on the right, Foden on the left, KB in the centre, and Haaland up top. If you want Luis or Kovacic to work with Rodri, that's how I'd do it. Doku misses out. Doku, in the last few games, hasn't shown enough. Maybe he's enjoying his resting on. He can't be resting on his laurels. He must be desperate. Surely he's desperate to be out there playing. It's a funny old thing, I thought if we'd lost today, I'd have been effing and blinding. There were moments there, where I was so frustrated. My missus must have thought we were losing because I was really tense and all that, frustrated about some of the way we played. But look, overall, we tend to win these games overall playing the way we do. So on that point, you got to accept it because we're winning games, but it's not the way I want to play football. I want to be a bit more exciting. Alvarez has been great, just needs a rest, been playing non-stop for too long. Yeah, absolutely. World Cup, all last season, Champions League final, pre-season, all this season. He started every single game in the league. What's that? Namaste from Musa Hossein Anas. Well, if you guys are watching the cricket, England are getting absolute pasting at the cricket. Oh, dear me. I was listening to some of that on the radio where they're trying to find out how England could come back going through this day. But, I mean, they got battered. I mean, they're not even all out India. After 3 days, 421 for 7. Anyway, I'm not talking, it's talk cricket, but they're getting battered, absolutely battered. So let's go through your points. Faceless. What was between Pep versus Ruben Dias at the end of the game? Honestly, to be honest, I turn the game off as soon as it's finished because I want to come on and do my stream. Just got to get a thumbnail out and do this, get on the stream. So I don't watch anything post match. Sometimes I used to have it on in the background, but now I'm just focused on getting the thumbnail out and getting this, because that thumbnail, getting the Aki goal because it was quite late on. So getting that thumbnail is, getting that picture is hard work. Not hard work, but a bit of luck. But anyway, excuse me. Well, Ruben Dias made some errors, and you might think, well, you might have forgotten them. I don't. I think I found at least 3. He got a cheap yellow card. Getting involved sometimes when he doesn't need to, made some bad decisions. Look, okay, I call them bad, but it's one of those, you make a decision and sometimes it doesn't work for you. And it's not a terrible decision because it's so far away from the goal or whatever. But still, I think he did make some mistakes. This is how it feels to be Little City. Little City. I saw him game against Newport. Oh, Sean, that would be brilliant. Oh, look, going down to Newport's ground, Rodney Parade. I've been down there. It's not going to be easy. The pitch is that pitch a bit slanted and it's a bit rough. I think that's the best way to put it. Agricultural pitch. So, that will sort the men out from the boys. So, and we'll see what United are made of. Excuse me. Well, the thing is, KDB's had a pop up Pep. They've had arguments, but I think Pep will just let it slide. You can't fall out with your players. You're not Troy Deeney. No. Bottom line is, guys. Say it again. We beat Spurs. I'm tired now. Actually, after watching that game, I had a bad night last night. I had about 2 hours sleep, if that. So I'm trying to sustain it. I got to drive to London. Or not even London. I'm going South London. So I got about 4.5 hours drive tomorrow in the morning. See me mates at lunchtime. Spend about 5 or 6 hours there, and then drive back. And then I got to go over to Warrington on Sunday for work. So what a hard day. What a life I lead. What a life I lead, guys. Crazy life. Been booking up some schools for my trips over to Ireland when I'm going over there for work. Working in a lot of special needs schools. So I'm just sorting them out. That's going to be interesting. for the summer. It is hard work because a lot of the schools close over the summer. Because I work in special needs schools, there's not many open, so you got to, try and get work off the few schools that are open just to keep things going. Anyway, let's get back. You don't want to know about me. Those days are gone. You know too much about me. It's a funny thing. Years ago, we used to chat about me. But anyway, enough of that. Anyway, back to the game. Look, it's cruise control. Great. It's great to obviously be through to the 5th round. I think we'll hopefully keep taking it seriously now. I'm glad. I said on one hand, I didn't mind a replay because we take them back to ours, and I might even be able to go to that game. My missus, I think, has put the kibosh on the Burnley game. I got the ticket for the Burnley game because I'm a season card holder. I paid for the parking as well. My missus says she wants to go to London that day and stay overnight for work. And I'm thinking, I got to look after the kids. Can't go to footy. Can't just leave the kids. They'll kill each other. So, I didn't want, as I said, I wanted the replay because I wanted to go and watch. But on the other hand, I didn't want the replay simply because we just got too many fixtures. We play the most fixtures. We don't need a replay. We don't need another fixture to mash things up. We need a bit of breaks here and there. So obviously we got, I think, a game in hand. So we've got to catch that up against Brentford. But so we've got 5 days before the next game. Hopefully, I think KDB might start. I don't mind either way whether KDB starts or comes on, with 30 minutes to go. It's not a bad way to do it. 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes. And then when it depends, when the going gets tough, when we got some more difficult games, then maybe start with KDB. Look, you got to say the guys have been doing the business at the moment, so does anybody deserve to be dropped? You might want to drop somebody for whatever reason, but we've got some tough games coming up. But the good thing is we've got a big break between games now. Next game is on Wednesday at home to Burnley. So you'd like to think we can rest a couple of players, as I said, bring Haaland back for 10 minutes there, maybe bring KDB on, starts the game, or 30 minutes, I don't mind. Next game is on a Monday, so another 5 days, which is great. We're playing Brentford away. Brentford is struggling, but I think it'll be a tough game, especially the way we're playing at the moment, still leaving teams in games. And maybe that's where KDB starts. I'd like that. And then and maybe Haaland as well, or Haaland gets another 30 minutes or whatever. And then another 5 days before we play Everton at home. That's a 10th. I'm being Ireland then. And after that, we're going to play Copenhagen on the Tuesday, so there's not a lot of gap. And that's away from home, and then we've got Chelsea at home, and then the Brentford game. I think that's a rearranged one. We've got a tough February, by the looks of things, where we've got 31st of January game, 5th of Feb, 10th of Feb, 13th of Feb, 17th of Feb, 20th of Feb, 24th of Feb, and then we've got the derby on the 3rd of March, which hopefully I will be going to. That game. Anyway, any more comments? Pep was just advising Diaz on his. Just saw the highlights. There's not many highlights, honestly, Dre. What were the highlights? Bob's disallowed goal, Doku's miss near the end, KDB's miss, and the actual goal. So honestly, we created enough chances because there's 4 there. We were wasteful and brilliant at the same time. Absolutely, Dre. We're sublimely brilliant. Okay, we're not Klopp's Liverpool where they're going at 100 miles an hour, and I've got to be honest, it is exciting to watch. We're more controlled. Guys, what do you think about Klopp going? Yeah, Clipperty Klopp, off you pop. End of the season. I think someone had a go at me today. They said I was being disrespectful when I said Pep's been riding Klopp like a donkey. And he's, basically he's broken his back and he's off. But look, Klopp had a contract till 2026. Yeah. So he has 2 more years on his contract and he's jumping ship. People are saying, is it Pep? Is it Pep's fault? Or does Klopp, it has to take a lot out of you. It takes a lot out of Pep. Anyway, let's get back to your comments. All of the haters must be going mad. They saw him as the only hope to stop City. Absolutely. What happens now? Arsenal, is it sustainable? Who do Liverpool get? Do they? I think it's going to be a big change because Klopp has created a dynasty in these 8 or 9 years. You know, we saw what happened when Ferguson left United, collapsed. We saw what happened when Wenger, even towards the end of his tenure at Arsenal, and then afterwards they collapsed. Excuse me. Even with a good manager like Unai Emery there, they really struggled. So it's going to be interesting to see what Liverpool do. Will this fire Pep up? You know, will Pep say, right, I've got most of the competition's gone. I've got the fella who used to put the cones out here over at Arsenal. Not to worry about. I'll stay on a few more seasons and I'll get some more records. You know, if Pep stays another 5 seasons, I think we get at least 2 or 3 more league titles. So, you know, he can cement, well, he's already in a great position in world football and it's in City's Hall of Fame, but he can cement it even more, another layer of cement for him. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens to Liverpool. Interesting to see if Pep goes off the ball because Klopp has pushed him all this way. I hope, honestly, Sean, that would be the business. But got to be honest, I'm worried about Liverpool because they're doing well without Salah. Sam and Jordan saying Klopp better than Pep. It's up to him. Everybody's got their own opinion. Kex, boring game. Absolutely. I was playing chess for half that game. I was bored because I've said it many times. That's the way City play. And some people call it beautiful football. It's just pass, death by passing. And you're waiting for the opposition to make a mistake. Most of the time, that's what we do. And we rely on our, again, individual brilliance. And because we're individually brilliant, we win games. We win most of our games. And that's what has been getting us through. I don't think we're playing as fluently as a team that we certainly were last season. And that's partly because Gundogan's not there. He's the main man who's not there is Gundogan. If you think about it, rest of the players are still there. Doku's an addition, but Gundogan's the guy missing. And we do miss him. Ivan Bravo, finally, absolutely about time we got him. Absolutely lovely to beat them. It is about time we beat them. I don't think I'm going to do, I'm just thinking, I'm not going to do a day after review tomorrow, guys, because 1, Bernard's in London right now, and 2, I'm going to London tomorrow, so that ain't going to happen. So I don't think Bernard's really keen to do a 6 or 7 o'clock day after review recording. Right, guys, I'm going to... 24 people. Oh, well, guys, get your comments in. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. And we're almost up to 24,000 subscribers. 24,000 subscribers. Still motoring on this channel. It's fantastic news. What's this, Kex? Doku was as bad as Grealish. I don't think he was as bad as Grealish, to be honest, Kex. The problem with Doku is he lost the ball too much, or he didn't do enough for me. But he did more than Grealish. Now, so there's negatives and positives. Grealish wouldn't have lost the ball as much as Doku, but would he have done as much as Doku? But as I said, Doku slips over a few times, made some bad choices, lost the ball. You're going to get that when you're taking people on. But when he was clean through after 85 minutes, I really do think Doku should have done better. Really disappointed. But hey, guys, let me know. Besides Newport at home, who would you like in the next round? Bournemouth? I've not even checked the results for tonight. I think Sheffield Wednesday were drawing with Coventry. So yeah, let me know who would you like in the next round. Whoever's playing Liverpool, I'm sure someone's going to say. Let's have a look at the scores then. So Bristol City 0, Nottingham Forest 0, Chelsea 0, Villa 0, Sheffield Wednesday 1, Coventry 1, and it's very quiet. 3 goals in 4 games, man. Very, very quiet indeed. Who's going to be happy? Well, obviously, Forest will be happy to get Bristol City back to theirs. Villa will be really happy to get Chelsea back to theirs. Villa have been very good at Villa Park at home. And obviously, Coventry happy to get Sheffield Wednesday. Is it the Rico Arena these days? What's that, Dre? The big positive this season is that this is a City team in transition and still challenging for most things. Absolutely. We've still got quality players. As I said earlier in the show, I don't know if you're here, Dre, the frustrating thing for me this season is this desire to play with our wide men inside. So Bob is inside, Foden's there, Bernardo's there, and on the wings we're playing Gvardiol and Walker. Now, they're not the best. I've said it before. I don't think they're the best defenders in the world, and I don't think they're the best going forwards in the world. Certainly can't cross it, and that's a frustration. I don't know why Pep is insisting on this, and he's not going to change. I've said it all along. I want Ake playing on the left as left back, and Gvardiol inside him. I think that's better. That's, for me, that's more resolute. Now, Ake, he's maybe not as good on the ball, as controlling the ball as Gvardiol, but Gvardiol does night for me. It's like Grealish just slows it down. When you got Grealish and Gvardiol on the same side, man, it snoozeth-on. Get your alarm clocks out to keep awake. Kex wants Wrexham. Hollywood tie. It's my heap too much pressure. Well, Klopp's put a lot of pressure on. He said, "Yeah, let's go for it." Look, their next game, it's going to be absolutely rocking. I'll be honest. I think Anfield will be rocking till the end of the season. The fans will be getting behind him, and the team even more than ever, and it might carry them to win. Hoop says, hardest away for the next round, Villa, Anfield or Brighton? Wow, Anfield, of course. Let's be honest, Anfield, we hardly ever win at Anfield. We won in COVID times, and I think that's it in my memory since the 80s, I think, or 70s. Wow, I need a drink. Side out. Doku was looking like Adama Traore. To be honest, he weren't as good as that. Look, Doku started like a house on fire, and he's just gone off the ball. He's had that injury as well. He's just gone off the ball. You can't keep it up. The question we need to ask ourselves, which version of Doku is the real version of Doku? Is it the fellow we saw in the first 10 games, or is it the fellow we've seen in the last 10 games? I hope it's the fellow we saw in the first 10 games, and this is just a blip. But if that was just a purple patch and this is his normal level, it ain't good enough, Doku. Jeremy, pull your finger out, buddy. Chelsea and Palmer at home. If we can't get Newport, Palmer needs to. Don't say that. I mean, he scores that penalty against us in injury time down at their place. So don't be talking like that. We can't afford to, you can't make fun of the guy. You can't make fun of young Cole. But yeah, what's that? Tally. Pep plays Gvardiol left up because he has more pace than Ake. Yeah, but for what? This is the point. What's the purpose? He's not as good a defender as Ake, and it doesn't offer, for me, anything going forward. Basically, he's like what Grealish just gets the ball, passes it. He's not going to take anybody on, and he can't cross it. What's the point? I don't see the point. Dre says Palmer still better than Ante. Oh, look, I still like Cole Palmer. I said it at the time. That look, on one hand it was good money, but you can see sometimes how players suddenly develop. They had that Romeo Lavia at Southampton. We sold them to him for about, what was it, 10 million quid, 8, 10, 12 million quid. And a year later, he goes for, was it 50 or 55, whatever, to Chelsea. So you can see how quickly they can develop. They're stifled. That's what Pep said about Calvin Phillips. Calvin Phillips at City, he said he needed a run of 12 to 15 games, and I never give him that games to get into form and show what he could do. So, you do need some game time. Lost my thread there, actually. Down to Calvin Phillips. Walker played well, says Kex. He was all right. But, it depends what you want. I want him to, when he's out wide, to be able to put a good cross in. That's why Liverpool do obviously well with Trent Alexander-Arnold and Robertson. They can put good crosses in. Iptos, for me, we still look to absolutely. We're waiting for a mistake. All our little players, Bernardo, Foden, Alvarez, and Bob, that are either not tall but skinny or short players. They're all in the central, and you had Walker and Gvardiol out wide. If that's the way you want to do it, you've got to have better quality. That's all. What I'm asking for is basically better quality. I would like to see that. another day we couldn't got. Oh, absolutely. It was, we scored with what in the 81st minute. So we had our chances. KDB missed I think an open goal. Doku had a chance on 85. Oscar Bob was only just offside. So we could have won that by 3, and it wouldn't have flattered us. Spurs didn't offer enough for me. Attack looks too still. Well, we're gonna have Erling Haaland back soon, so the attack's not going to look too still for too much longer. It's going to be different dimension. Different dimension having Erling back. But the good thing is, I don't think we've looked the quality. Exciting. We might be playing in second or third gear. We've not upped it. We're not going at full throttle, and we're still winning games without. We didn't start with Doku. For me, first team player on the fringes in the top first 12. We didn't start with Haaland and KDB and Johnny Stones. Those 3. They go into my best City 11 comfortably. So it's good that we're up there. We're up there at the top of the table, through to the 5th round of the FA Cup, through to the Champions League. But we're going to have to up our game. I don't think we can coast anymore. We've got to step up. We've got to keep winning games. Liverpool 5 points ahead. Yes, we've got a game in hand, but they've got the points on the board. Absolutely, Sean. The best is yet to come. Right, guys, I think that's my lot. 36 minutes. Thanks so much for joining us. And guys, if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. Hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. And give us a thumbs up. We want a thumbs up, guys. Where's the fireworks? I can't get the fireworks up. You wonder, hey, fireworks. There we go. Fireworks. Fantastic. For me, Grealish is better than Doku. It depends what you want it. Just Doku offers you a lot more going forward, but Grealish offers you more control and not losing the ball. It's horses for courses. He is erratic, but Pep's giving him a go. Abu Khalid Ali says there's always a weakness when Gvardiol plays as left back, and in front he's not a good passer or cross. Well, absolutely. So if I don't understand it, maybe in 3 years' time Pep might have coached him to be a good left back and attacking left back, good cross of the ball, but I haven't seen it yet. Why'd you buy somebody if you can't? If that's the way you're going to play and he's not ideally suited to it. Dribbling's for dribbling's sake, and look, I think he's just excited to be back. Maybe a bit too excited. He's been talked to. He'll be so happy. I think he'll be all right. I think he'll sort himself out. He'll be all right anytime soon. Hey, Kevin, is that Kevin? Kevin Day. Spurs fans start going on about under 15 charge against City. The Spurs owner, billionaire. Oh yeah, well he's not their owner anymore. It's his family. I think it's his family trust. So it's his kids and his family, whatever. But he's pleaded guilty. Look, he might go to jail forever. He's knocking on a bit. Bernie Madoff, he went to jail for 900 years. You have to be Noah to come out the other end of that. So that's all they've got, Kevin. They didn't play well, certainly not well enough. We played within ourselves, played in second or third gear. We could have upped it, and yes, they haven't got Son. Yeah, but we ain't got Haaland. We ain't got Johnny Stones. We didn't start with KDB. Look, for all the glass half full that you're getting from me, just remember that the second half of this season, we're almost up to a full complement. Yes, Akanji, don't know when he's coming back. I think, as I said, Haaland will be ready to start within a couple of weeks, if not sooner. KDB will be ready to start sooner than 2 weeks, I think. Doku's ready to start. So we're almost at a full complement. It's only Akanji, I think, who's on a longer term injury. I don't know how long. I'm not saying months and months and months, but compared to everybody else. Right, guys, take care. Enjoy your weekend. And you should be enjoying your weekend because you've seen Klopp leave Liverpool because he's scared of Pep, can't handle it. You've seen City peel the spuds of Spurs, the fingerlings of Spurs at the new White Hart Lane Stadium, or new Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, whatever it is. And, it should be a good weekend. And fingers crossed, let's hope Newport can do us proud and beat Liverpool at Rodney Parade over the weekend. And so not Liverpool, Man United. Man United beat anybody can beat Liverpool. I'm happy with that as well. But that'd be cool for Newport to get through to next. And it'd be, look, they'll make so much money from these ties. I think I was listening to the Maidstone manager or owner, and I think they said, I think this cup run's worth was it $500,000 to them? On the game against Ipswich is going to be worth a lot of money because I think they get some of the gate receipts. Whereas in the Premier League, if you play in the Premier League, you don't get the away gate receipts. You don't get a share. So I think they still get a little share. I think it used to be 25% in the old First Division, but Premier League they did it away with it. You know, the clubs did, especially the big ones. I don't know why the small clubs voted for it, or the ones with small capacities. Why would you vote for that? And you need 14 votes to pass. Why would you vote for not to take the away receipts of 25%? Because you go to Old Trafford, 25% of, if that's what it was, if I remember correctly, of, you know, you get about 17,500 fans, 18,000 fans. If they're paying 30 quid a ticket, even, you're walking off with, 18,000 times 30. It's over 500,000. At the moment, you're getting sweet fanny. So anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is. Guys, let's, third time I'm saying goodbye. City are beating Spurs. That's what matters. And we roll on to the next round of the FA Cup. Looking forward to see who we draw. And I'll probably come back on Sunday or Monday and have a chat with you then. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. We'll see you around, Blues.